All right, we're here. Okay. Today you should have done quiz 11.2. You have your DNA research that you need to be finishing when you finish your lab. Make sure that gets done and uploaded. It should actually be linked there. Yep, it is. Okay, it should be linked there so you can upload it there. We're going to do blood lab 2, and you've got an assignment in the book that needs to be done. So there's lots of things to do today. Let's go through the lab real quick. There's a couple things that I've added already since first period for the lab next time, so you'll notice some things you don't have you might want to add. Basically, this lab can be messy, so make sure that you're wearing an apron, rubberized apron when you're doing it, so hopefully it won't get on your clothes, that you can keep track of it. Remember that to find the area of a blood spatter, or find the angle that the blood spatter hit, it's going to be the inverse sine of the width divided by the length, and that will give you your angle. And I gave you an example right here. We're going to make we're going to go get some butcher paper. And since the butcher paper is so big, instead of doing it long like it shows on your thing here, we're going to take one part and we're going to divide it like this. Okay? So we have a part for A, a part for B, a part for A, a part for B at the same height. So on part A, what you're going to do is you're going to hold it 25 centimeters above and drop 3 different places. And then do it at 50, 3 different places in that square. And then 75, 3 different places. Then 100. Please make sure for part A, you use one type of blood. If both of you brought blood, pick one of them and use it for part A. You can use the other one for part B. Okay? So you don't want to switch blood in the middle. Okay? Of one part. So then when you get to part B, what you're going to do is instead of doing 3 separate ones, you're going to do 1 drop, you're going to do another drop on top of that, and you're going to do another drop on top of that. Okay? So it pools together. Then you're going to do that 3 different times. So you're going to do it again right here 3 times in a row, and then right here 3 times in a row. So you have 3 pooling drops, which means they hit the same spot. And you want to see what happens. Okay? Then you're going to get a very long piece of construction paper. You divide it into 3. We found the easiest way to divide it into 3 is just to fold it in 3 and run that line so you can see your lines easily. Mark it fast walking rate, normal walking rate, slow walking rate. We also found that if you measure the length of the paper first, it makes life a lot easier because trying to measure it once you've got blood on it is a mess. So measure the length before to find out how far you're going to be walking. And then you're going to have one of your partners time you as you walk. And you're going to try and drop the same amount each time. So you're going to have a pipette that you're pushing blood out of at the same speed as you go to see what happens to those drops. Okay, so you're going to write the time in each of these places after you do it. Okay. All right. So then I've got your blood analysis. This is for part A. So for part A, you're going to do the width. You're going to pick 3 drops. Well, you're going to do 3 drops, so you're going to do all 3. You're going to do the width, the length, and you're going to find the area. Width, the length, find the area. They're all at 90 degrees, so we don't need to find the angle of impact. Okay, you're going to take the average. So once you get the area, you're going to take this area plus this area plus this area, divide it by 3 to get your average. Okay, for each height. For part B, you've got 3 puddles of 3 drops each. So you're going to analyze each of the puddles, find out what the width, length, and area. Remember not to use the spikes. You use the smallest area going across. And you're going to get average of each of your areas. Then for part B, questions, you're going to make sure you answer your questions as you go. For the analysis, I didn't have this table in there, but basically I would like you to do this table, which is basically taking the distance that you're walking on your long one and the time in seconds that you did it, and then just taking the distance divided by the time in seconds. So add that somewhere so you can give me the velocity, whether you add it on your paper and actually do the calculations right there on your paper that you're doing your blood spatter on. Great. Okay, but add this because this was not in there and we decided it would be easier to have it somewhere in there. Okay. For your area, small, normal, and fast, you're going to pick 3 drops that are about the same, representative for a slow, because you're going to have several drops. So pick 3. You're going to analyze 3. Same with normal. You're going to pick 3. And the fast, you're going to pick 3 and analyze it. Then you're going to do the average of all of them and see what happens over the speed of walking with those drops. Okay, and then you got some questions to answer. And I don't know why that is doing that. Okay, make sure you answer the questions and then turn it in. Any questions with this? Okay, we're going to take a walk down.